Hello there, my name is Izzy Annalisa, your resident nerdy yappy girl, and welcome to my back porch. It is just delightful weather outside today, so I thought I would film this from my back porch. Today, I did something a little out of my comfort zone, or this week, I did something a little out of my comfort zone. I recently came across a channel by the name of Alyssa and the Books, and she illuminated my possibilities to me. She showed me a possibility I never even thought of, which is dictation when writing a novel. So if you don't know what dictation is, basically it is when instead of tippity typing on your keyboard, you speak into a microphone and use like speech to text to write the bulk of your novel, and then you go back and edit with a mouse and keyboard and all of that stuff. I thought this was a very cool idea. I never really had heard of people doing this, especially not for the bulk of writing. I had seen it last stitch efforts to get word count goals in for challenges like Nano and stuff in the past, and like me myself, I actually did do this when my brain was just completely fried, trying to write a novel in a week. Towards the end of the week, I remember just using speech to text for the last couple hundred words because I was just like completely dead in my brain. I thought this would be a fun little challenge, kind of get me out of my comfort zone a little bit, and honestly, I don't regret it at all. I wanted to find out if it was something that I could see myself doing, or if it's something that just does not work for me. I wanted to know if this is actually something that works much quicker than traditional writing, and what are the pros and cons to doing it. Because from an outside perspective, I saw zero cons because authors on YouTube like Alyssa are able to write like 5,000 words in like one sitting in like an hour and a half, which is insane to me, a mere peasant in the word count department. I write a good pace, but definitely there's people that write a lot quicker than me, but there's also people that write a lot slower than me. So I'd say I'm pretty middle of the road when it comes to my pacing, when it comes to writing. So that is what we're going to be focusing on today. A little writing experiment, if you will. I hope you get cozy, grab some beverage of your choice, maybe a snack, and let me go ahead and show you the footage from this week of trying dictation for the first time ever and actually knowing what it is. I have my protein chocolate coffee, question mark. Basically, instead of creamer, I put a chocolate protein shake in it, and it's real good. Don't jump up there. She has learned to get at a part of the cabinet that I cannot get to, and so I have to keep a really close eye on them when they're downstairs. She comes back covered in dust. She gets up there. Cat parents in general just screamed their heads off. Hello, we're in my kitchen. This is my kitchen, guys. I'm now in my house, as I've been for a couple videos now, but if you haven't been tuning in regularly, I'm in my house now. I'm going to get my hair done. My hair is super wavy today. I'm going to get my hair done. I'm getting a trim as well as getting my hair dyed. This is the first time in, I want to say about 3 years, I've gotten my hair professionally done. The last time I got it professionally done, it was done by my sister because she went to cosmetology school. Even then, she's my sister, so like, does it count? I feel like it's different when your sister's doing your hair than if a stranger is doing your hair. There's more trust with your sister, I feel like, but there's also some sass that comes with having your sister do your hair, I feel like, especially when you're 18 and she would have been 23 at the time and I would have been 18. I feel like that's prime sassing your sister age. It's like right at the cusp of you don't sass your sister anymore, both ways. Yeah, I'm very excited. Honestly, my hair is looking great today. Like, honestly, like, I'm having a really good hair day, which, I mean, hey, good for me, but also I'm about to go get it done. So it's like, I didn't need to be having a good hair day already. Could you not have given me this on a day I didn't need, that I did need it, you know? Like, could I not have had this another day? Anyways, we're gonna go get our hair done, drinking my coffee. I got oranges in a bowl back there. I might grab an orange as well and just eat that real quick, because it's like, I need to leave in like 5 minutes, so I might just eat that real quick for like something besides just protein coffee. These are from my sister's orange tree. Guys, sister being mentioned so many times in a row, check. I love my sister. If you're watching this, I love you. I live way closer to her now than I did at my apartment, so we see each other a lot more often, which is very nice. You know, I'm going to eat this, and then I'm gonna head out, and then when we come back, I'm going to be trying dictation to write a novel. I'm currently around 16,000 words into my novel, and I'm doing a little challenge I like to call 500x200, which is basically I'm trying to write 500 words every day for 200 days to get into the habit of writing regularly. So it's not really a like word count goal. It is a
putting action into my passion goal. And so feel free to join along if you want to join. I have a whole video on the details of the challenge. I gotta go. Okay, we are now in the car and kind of awkward lighting. It's like very direct, so it's like good lighting, but it's also very like I have like there's like a thing on my my windshield that's like right in front of my face, or I have to lean over slightly. So we're gonna lean over slightly. Hello. The AC was on the whole time, so I probably sounded like ass. Hello. Okay, so I am early for my appointment. So I'm just sitting in the car because I am not used to driving into the city from where I live anymore. I have to take the highway into the city to go to my hair appointment because I live in the woods. I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm the little witch in the woods. That is me. We are the same. I'm in my little cottage off a dirt road. I live in the middle of nowhere. And so I drove to the city and I'm early. I overestimated the amount of time I needed. And my hairstylist just texted me that she's running a little bit behind. So I'm like really early. I've been listening to Fourth Wing. I am eating that shit up. I know it is not everyone's taste. For me, it is just like, it's gotten me out of a reading slump a little bit because it's just so digestible. Rebecca Yaros, love what you cooked. Love what you cooked. Compliments to the chef. I'm on chapter 17. So if you know what happens in chapter 17, it's not like a crazy thing, but like, if you know what's happening around that time point, let me just say, I'm excited for one thing and I'm upset about another thing. And if you go into reading it blind, it might be the opposite way, but I know things that are pretty obvious later on. I mean, it's enemies to lovers. So it's like, side tangent, I hate the ex-best friend still in love with you, love triangle, but they're definitely gonna lose trope. And I'm still enjoying Fourth Wing, do not get me wrong. Or like, seems like the perfect guy, but then is a horrible person trope. And then you end up falling for the person you thought was a horrible person, but they end up being great. I don't like that trope. Do I read books with it all the time still? Yes, because it's not that big of a deal to me. But I will say I much prefer a single lady as my main character. I'm not a big fan of love triangles. I just know it's gonna end up the way it's gonna end up. Like, I always know who they're gonna end up with. And I just feel bad for the other person a lot of the time. Or if they're just like a big ass douche canoe, I feel like just upset the fact that they exist and the fact that our main character fell in love with them in the first place. Unrelated. Just wanted to rant about that. But I just wanted to talk to you guys because I'm running ahead of schedule and I don't have anything else to do besides listen to my audiobook. I was going to bring the physical version, but it wouldn't fit in my bag, so I would have had to like carry it, which is totally fine. But I also like, I don't know, I just, when I bring books with me places, I really like to have one of my tote bags, because I normally like to bring two options, and that's like a lot to carry if you don't have it in your bag. I like to bring two options, normally one that's a smaller book, more digestible book, and then one is my hefty book, because I normally dual read. I don't know, none of this gotta complete the first book I'm on nonsense. I would never read if that was the case. My ADHD will not let me, because I didn't have room. I don't have the physical book with me, which is okay. Listening to audiobooks, chef's kiss. I love listening to audiobooks, genuinely, while multitasking. If I'm not multitasking, listening to audiobooks kind of boring, because I have no mental stimulation besides listening. Like, I'm not doing anything with my hands. Like, when I'm reading a physical book, at least I'm flipping pages or like holding on. So that's a little hard for me. I do love an audiobook though. Like, I really do like the Fourth Wing audiobook. Like, I started it as the audiobook because I didn't know if I was gonna like it, because very divisive on people who like it and hate it. And so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I was gonna love it or if I was gonna despise it. And so, or if I was just gonna be like, meh. So I started listening to the audiobook because it was free on Spotify Premium for me, because I have Premium. And I got about 10 chapters in and I was like eating that shit up. So I got the physical copy and then I read manually to chapter 16, and then I re-listened to chapter 16, and now I'm on chapter 17, because I like to, whenever I have an audiobook, I always go back a little bit further if I'm switching between audiobook and physical book, because getting into the mindset of listening to an audiobook is different for me than getting into the mindset of reading a physical book. So it's like it kind of like warms me up because I'm listening to something I already read, and then I can flow, right? I love listening to audiobooks while driving. Like I used to be a blaring music girl in my car, but recently audiobooks, like I'm listening, so the audiobooks I'm listening to right now are Fourth Wing, but I'm also reading the physical of that. And then Magnus Chase Sword of Summer, because I made a little deal with my fiance. Magnus Chase is his favorite series from when he was younger. If you don't know what Magnus Chase is, basically it's by the same author as Percy Jackson, but it follows a guy named Magnus Chase, and it's Norse gods rather than Greek gods. So it's a trilogy. It's honestly a very, like, each book is girthy for a middle grade book. Like, it's girthy. The writing style is very, like, fun, sassy, juvenile. Like, I do love a good middle grade book. I don't think there's anything wrong with writing in that kind of style. I think that's super fun, because I think it's like you get to be a kid again. Like, you can just kind of like turn off your mind and kind of really experience the thought patterns of a kid. And he's honestly not that young. He's just a very sassy, like, 16-year-old, I'm pretty sure he's like 15 or 16, where in Percy Jackson they're like 12. I'm pretty sure he's like 15, 16. So he's a little bit older than the Percy Jackson cast is in the first book, if I'm remembering their ages correctly. But it is one of his favorite books, and I've tried reading it before. He actually read it to me, like, around the time we first got together. He offered to read it. It was probably like a year into us dating. Which, if you didn't know, we've been together for almost 6 years. Yeah, we've been together for a while. We've been together since we were 15, and we are now 21, or almost 21 for me. I turned 21 literally like 6 days from when I'm filming this, so I'm so excited. But yeah, no, he's 21. We were 15 when we met. We're both going to be 21 soon. And we're engaged now. Crazy. I'm not wearing my engagement ring though. I always forget to wear my engagement ring. It's not like a choice I make. It's not like I'm like specifically like, oh, I'm not gonna wear my engagement ring today. It's literally, I put it up every night. Like, when I get home, I put it up because I'm so scared of hurting it or losing it, that I put it up. It's just so pretty. It's like literally the perfect ring for me. Like, he did so good picking it out, genuinely. It's one of my favorite gemstones. It's very fae, ethereal vibes, which is just so up my alley. Like, it looks like the type of ring they describe in a book. Genuinely, I love it so much. I'll put a photo on screen of what it looks like here, but that's my ring. I love it so very much, but I'm not wearing it today. I wear it most times I go out of the house. I wear it, but I forget sometimes. Especially because today I didn't put on any jewelry, because I specifically was like, oh, I don't want, when she's washing my hair in like the bowl, like shampooing my hair, I don't want the necklace to be like digging into my skin, like the latch to be digging into my skin when I'm on the deal, you know? So I purposely didn't wear jewelry, and I could have worn a ring now, but I didn't think about it. But it's one of his favorite books, to kind of round out this tangent. It's one of his favorite books, or it's like, it is his favorite book series, I believe. Like, it still holds up that. And I just finished All Our Hidden Gifts, which is now my favorite book of all time. It is so good. I highly recommend it. It is like paranormal, like modern fantasy kind of vibe. And the romance is just so cute. I love it so much. Highly recommend it. But it's a YA book, by the way. But I finished reading that, and I literally, like, it was the quickest I ever read a book, because I loved it that much, that I literally was like, okay, if I read all of Magnus Chase, will you read All Our Hidden Gifts? And I was like, if you don't like the first book, you don't have to continue it, but if you like the first book, then continue the series, because I'm on the second book now. And he was like, yeah, sure. And I'm just so happy that he agreed. I am so happy. So whenever I finish the first book of Magnus Chase, he's gonna start the first book in All Our Hidden Gifts. So very excited for that. Very fun little deal we made. You know, he tried reading to me when we first got together, but I'd fall asleep because he has a really nice voice and it was so relaxing, and we'd be like cuddling in bed while visiting and he'd start reading it to me and I'd just fall asleep. Like, it was just so, I felt so safe and so relaxed that I would just pass the fuck out. But you know, I'm listening to the audiobook primarily for that. So those are my 2 books I'm like listening to. And then I'm reading one other book. I'm reading Carmilla, specifically the version annotated and like kind of revised by, I believe their name is Camille Machado. I think that's their name. Oh God, I feel like I'm butchering that. The original is obviously by Joseph Lefanu. I don't know how to actually pronounce that like well. It is the OG vampire fiction, and she is a lesbian, which we love that. That is why the lesbian vampire trope exists so prominently. So I'm doing kind of research because I'm writing a romance book. It's the one we're going to be working on later in this vlog. I'm writing a romance book, and it's sapphic vampires. So like I want to do my research, make sure I know everything. And I really like the version I'm reading. I borrowed it from my sister, which love her. Love that. Like, again, mentioning my sister again. I've been spending a lot of time with my sister. I borrowed that version from her, and I'm so glad I'm reading that version because it is annotated in a very mindful way, and also the foreword, I think is what it's called, is written by her, and she goes kind of into depth what the piece was at the time, but also how it originated, because it's based on like letters that were real, sent to a doctor by a queer woman who was falling for a woman who she felt like she shouldn't be in love with, because obviously this book was written in 1847 or something like that. Like, it's an old book. That it's not 1847. I don't know, I just pulled that out of my ass. I pulled that year out of my ass. Don't remember the year that Carmilla yeah, Carmilla 2024. But I'm still researching. I'm on chapter 3, plus the foreword. It's a novella, so like it's not a girthy book. It's like, I think like 100 pages, maybe 150. So I'll probably have it done by the time I go back and visit my sister on Friday, which is crazy because I'm reading faster than I ever have, which we love that for me. Anyways, I'm actually going to go ahead to my appointment. Sorry that I've been kind of going on a tangent. I mean, I'm your nerdy yappy girl. I yap. We've kind of established this on the channel, but I wanted to have this be very vloggy. And so I hope you guys don't mind. Let me know what you guys think about it being more vloggy, or if you guys want it to be a little bit more like, today we're doing this, do the thing, conclusion. Or if you want, today we're doing this, vloggy bits, we do the thing, vloggy bits, conclusion. Let me know what you like. I'm learning. Also, we're so close to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. Y'all are the best. I've doubled my subscribers over doubled my subscribers since I've been posting consistently on the channel again, which we love that. I have so many writing and reading related videos. This channel is really going to become primarily writing and reading related. Super excited. Also, next Monday I might be streaming so I might have streamed last Monday for you guys on my birthday. I might stream on my birthday, either on this channel or on my gaming channel. I have a gaming channel. It's my oldest channel. I do a lot of stuff on there. I play Minecraft a lot on there. Yeah, I love building in Minecraft, so I love building in Minecraft, so I build a lot in Minecraft. Anyways, I'm actually gonna go to my appointment now. I'll see you guys later. Okay, I am in a parking lot with a lot of people around me, but I wanted to show off my hair real quick. Look at it. But here we are. Here is my new hair. There are people around me right now, so I'm going to film at a different angle in a second once they leave. This is better. Now, I don't think most people can see what I'm doing. So, I went and grabbed some food. I am now sitting in a parking lot waiting for Gabe, my fiance, because he is meeting me here and then we're gonna drive home together. But I have about 20 minutes before he gets here, so I might start trying to write because I'm doing speech to text, so it means I can technically write in the car. Which, if this works well, like, I'm gonna be unstoppable. If I'm able to record what I want to have written down, like, while driving, that's like, I'm literally going to be unstoppable. That's like literally insane. So I'm gonna try that out and let you guys know how that goes. I won't be able to film myself doing it because I don't have my camera with me. I should have. Fake vlogger. How dare I? I'm gonna go ahead and try to write for like the 20 minutes to see how that goes. We'll see. We shall see. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm quickly baking up some chocolate chip cookies on my very stained baking sheet. Just because I want chocolate chip cookies, but two, because I'm making chocolate chip cookies for Thanksgiving, and I want to make sure that the cookie dough I'm using after it's been frozen tastes just as good as fresh, because if it doesn't, then I'm gonna make some fresh cookie dough. Also, my little writing in the car didn't go for very long because I was interrupted by the fact that he got there quicker than I thought he would. But it wasn't too bad, especially for the fact I was using my phone, which is obviously not preferred. I'd rather be at my desk for like fixing errors and stuff like that. I started to get into like kind of the rhythm of it, because it definitely is like, there's a little bit of a learning curve I've noticed of remembering to say quote, end quote, comma, period, exclamation point, question mark, stuff like that, which thankfully Google Docs does do a good job of like auto-completing sentences, but the occasional, like, it would be different from what it auto-completed, having to get in the habit of like saying out loud what it is. That's the only real like I've seen. I don't know if this will, honestly, I don't know if this will be much faster because I'm so new to it. So it might not honestly be that much faster for me personally, at least as of right now. But we shall see. That's what this vlog is for anyone curious if it really is faster for people that aren't used to it. Because if it takes a long time to get used to it, is it really all that faster? But if it's faster even when you're not used to it, imagine how fast you could get. So like, you know, that's what we're kind of weighing out the pros and cons of. But I'll see you up in the office once these are in the oven. It's very gloomy out. Feels like it might rain sometime soon. Honestly, would be great for writing, because writing in the rain, especially with the very gothic vibe of the project I'm working on right now, Project Night, I feel like it would fit really well. So, funny story, it's actually 8 p.m. now. It's a whole last like 12 hours since I started this vlog. This is gonna be the true test for if this helps you write faster, because I haven't written my 500 words for today. And I also really want to write. I really want to write, like genuinely. I just have been all over the place. Mentally, physically, it's been a weird day. So let's try this out. I love the idea of being able to write so many words and get further in your story, be able to tell more stories in less time. But there's also part of me that worries that it's not gonna have the same heart that my normal writing does. So we shall see. I know I'm probably gonna be a little slow at first. We shall prevail. Google is not wanting to pick up my microphone, and I think it's because I use an audio interface. I think I'm gonna try recording my voice on my phone on the Google Doc and then reading it on the screen on my screen and then editing it there. I guess we'll see how this works. So it's a little bit more janky than what most people do when they do dictation stuff. So fingers crossed.
Jeff is just round the block. Is it the drink and ready to run? Thought I'd be better by now, but I can make my feet move along. And as soon as he
Okay, so update. I've been doing it for about 17 minutes, I think. I think I started at 8:50 or 17 minutes. It was 9:07 when I stopped. It's 9:08 now. In the car, I wrote, just to give you a little bit of full, like what we've written today, I wrote 168 words. Honestly, pretty good for only writing for like 5 minutes before my fiance got there. What I just wrote in that 17 minutes is 576 words, which is really good in like a little under 20 minutes. That is crazy good. Like, I now understand why people who do this form of writing can get like 10K words in one day. Like, I get it now. Do I like it more than writing traditionally? No, at least so far. I'm going to continue this vlog to tomorrow because I'm going to have a little bit of free time to write tomorrow as well. I don't know how I feel about it yet because on one hand, also I'm almost at 20,000 words in product night. I'm so excited. On one hand, I like the momentum it gives me, but I also had to edit as I was going a lot, and I'm gonna have to probably proofread this now and really edit it and make sure my points don't feel choppy or like anything goes on for too long, because I am a certified yapper, nerdy yappy girl. That is me. We've established this. And so there's part of me that is a little worried that I'm going to yap and it's going to be about something that's irrelevant and I'm going to go on some sort of ADHD tangent in the middle of me doing this. So we'll see. I'm not going to continue anymore for tonight because I need to work on my outline really bad. So I'm going to work on my outline a little bit because this outline is a little outdated. I need to update it because it was made for a very different format. And also, I didn't have a chapter by chapter outline. And I really like having a chapter by chapter outline, even if it's just like one sentence about something that happens in that chapter to make sure I stay on task. And I always have something to write because that's something that I think is very important to prevent writer's block, is to always have something to write. Because I think if you don't know what the next thing in your story is, like if you're like kind of fly by the seat of your pants type of writer, it's really easy to get stuck. At least that's my experience from when I used to write like that. And so now that I do outlines from basic to super in depth, I just need something, just a little something, chapter to chapter, whether it's literally a few words or it's a whole paragraph. It depends on the chapter, depends on how vivid of a scene in my head I already have planned. But you know, we're doing really good. Based on that one little writing sprint, I genuinely think tomorrow in like the hour I have to write, I will be able to write a lot of words. And so I'm really excited. I'm really excited. My all-time, I think, record for how many words I've written in one day, I think is 6,000. Which is like nothing comparatively to what you can do when you do this type of writing style. Let me know what your guys' opinions though on this kind of writing style are, because I had never heard of this being like its own thing until recently. Like, I knew people did this a lot during Nano to like when their brains were just like dead, to like get that last little push in. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet. Let me know what you guys feel about it as like a person perceiving it, or if you've ever tried it. But yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna work on my outline more tonight. And yeah, I'll catch you then. Okay, I am in bed, chilling. I keep forgetting how red my hair is. I still love the color, but I just keep forgetting how red it is.
I'm here with my assistant writer, Raven. We're doing a lazy morning today. So I'm in bed writing. I was reading earlier. Read a bit of Carmilla. I'm about halfway through the book. My goal is to finish the book by tomorrow or Friday. It's Wednesday. So like Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, I want to finish the book so I can return it to my sister. So I've been trying to make time to read as well during all this. Also, my main book I'm reading right now, Fourth Wing. I'm this far in. Actually, I'm further now. Hold on, because I listened to it in the car. We're this far in. So, I'm honestly getting pretty close to the middle of the book, which is crazy. I'm on page 203. My reading has been so much better recently. I don't know if it's the books I've been reading or what. I just have been loving reading so much more than I normally do. And I've been in such a mood to read, which we love that. We love that for me. I do think starting books with the audiobook version has been a big help for me when I get in a little slump. So, pro tip, if you are prone to reading slumps, listen to the audiobook version to start while you're doing stuff until you get that first hook, then switch to reading it. Ignore the way I look right now. I'm aware. I look like a little ragamuffin. So we're obviously going to work on project night today. But guys, I had a really fun idea for a high fantasy book last night in the shower that I want to just brainstorm a little bit about, because I'm thinking after project night is finished, it'll probably be the next book I work on. I always like to have my next project kind of at the ready, because it makes the downtime between writing books way less, which I prefer personally. I would rather go straight into writing my next book than be in this like weird limbo of like, okay, what am I gonna write next? So I'd rather have it at the ready, so that way if I want to write right away after I'm done with project night, I can go ahead and get started. So the project name for this maybe book that mayhaps might happen is Project Helm. Do I know what it's about yet? No. Well, that's a lie. I kind of have an idea. The idea that I had in the shower is, what if we had a high fantasy book, a high fantasy new adult romantasy, where the female main character, the female protagonist, is very Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones coded, and it was like enemies to lovers. If you get where I'm going, if you've seen Game of Thrones, you get kind of the vibe, right? But in a high fantasy romantasy setting rather than Game of Thrones. And obviously things would be tweaked and things would be original, of course, but that was the inspiration. That was the initial thought. I was like, I wish Brienne of Tarth got the new adult romantasy book treatment, because she deserves it. She really does. And so I thought, okay, then write it. Okay, then write it. Okay, then make it. Okay, then do it, you know? So I'm gonna be brainstorming that just a little bit real quick. And then after that, I'm gonna get up, get breakfast, get my protein, chocolate, coffee, and then actually start writing the project in which we are supposed to be writing. I'm going to be doing speech to text during this brainstorming session. Literally, look at this document. Oh, you can see yourself. Hey. Literally, Project Helm, brainstorm, nothing. That is how early on we are in the conception and just vague thought of what we're doing here. So I am going to be using speech to text. So dictation, I'm going to be using dictation. So we're still doing the challenge. We're still doing the fun little experiment, rather. It's not really a writing challenge, it's just a writing experiment. We're seeing how dictation really does differ when it comes to quality. I also was editing what I had written using dictation last night, and I was editing it quite a bit while I was actually writing it. But that came with learning what like phrases to use to make it look the way I want it to look, as well as learning how to talk at a speed that it understands everything I'm saying. But the idea for this is like Game of Thrones meets Fourth Wing meets like Cruel Prince, maybe. Throw that in there for good measure. That's the vague idea I have right now. Will it be that? No clue. We'll find out. Okay, let's get started.
Okay, it is now 2 p.m. and I have been doing the other work I had to do today, as well as I did my makeup. I scheduled a food pickup order for later tonight because it is my family's dinner night. Family dinner night. Time to jump into project night again, because I spent kind of the morning working on Project Helm, which kind of cunty name though. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like, she's kind of starting to cunt.
All the things I left behind, save this little place in my mind. I don't wanna lose you. It's too soon. I don't wanna lose you. It's too soon.
Heading out in attempts to get some good words in today. It's the next day if you couldn't tell. But look at the fit check.
The other girls in the backseat.
No mascara because my eyelashes are crying for relief because my new mascara is just far too aggressive when taking off. Oh my god, it stays on too well.
It is just beyond lovely outside. It took far too long to get cold this year. Climate change really kicked it up a notch this year. But it is so nice out. And you might be like, girl, why are you wearing a tube top practically when it's nice and chilly out? Well, you know, it's still gonna get to like 75 today, but, and I just thought this outfit was cute. I'm able to wear jeans without sweating. That's an accomplishment here. It finally feels like fall. And there's already Christmas decorations up places, and I'm like, girls, can we please just enjoy the fall? Like, I don't want to be that girl that's like, don't put your decorations up before Christmas time. Put your Christmas decorations up whenever the fuck you want to, I don't care. But this year specifically, I've been waiting for fall to start, like physically start, and it finally started, and you're gonna tell me it's already Christmas. I can't. I am currently in my car. I'm gonna go grab some food, but I also have my iPad with my keyboard attachment. I have my current books I'm reading. I have a protein coffee with an anime girl on it. I'm so, like, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna like chill in my car like it's a coffee shop probably, and try to get some words in, because yesterday I think I got about 700 words in during that writing sprint, which, to be fair, for how long I was writing is great, but also want to do more, want to really write for a long time. So I might be sitting in my car for like an hour just writing before I get food. The goal is to really give this experiment the time of day, because I feel like I'm not doing that. I feel like I'm not doing her justice, and I feel like anyone who does dictation is gonna be like, girl, you barely did any. They're gonna be like, ah! They're gonna be like, girl, you barely dictated at all. But you guys do need to remember, if there's any of you like that are thinking that are scrounging up in the comments like little goblins that you're mad at me for not being able to dedicate more time to the experiment. I am trying to see if this is more realistic than what I already do. Writing is not my full-time job. Well, book writing is not my full-time job. I do freelance writing and I get paid for that stuff, but I haven't gotten a cent from writing novels, which is what we're working on during this experiment. So do bear with me while I attempt today to make up for the lack of time I've been able to put into it.
Okay, I am parked outside of my local Barnes & Noble. I have my iPod. I forgot to check how much percentage was on it when we left the house. 42, that'll be fine. So I'm just going to recline as far back as my little car will let me. I think I'm gonna start by reading a little bit of Carmilla. I'm on chapter 5, I believe, which, if you didn't know, this is a pretty small book. It's a novella. As I said, I love this edition, edited by Maria Machado. Love this edition of the book because it is... Oh, wait. I might be on chapter 6. I'm on chapter 6. Okay. It's in Roman numerals, so, you know, I just do the best to remember what page I'm on. Why am I going to the end like I know how many chapters there are? Like I can read Roman numerals. I'm on page 57 of 141. But no, I really like this version. It has annotations from Carmen, and she just gives some really good insight to how this book was perceived at the time, different things that you might not know, that you might need to research about. I mean, like, if like one of the annotations is as simple as just letting you know that Graz is the capital of Styria or Styria. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of the things that they mention. I'm hitting things now. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of the things that they mention, but it's okay. I make up my own little pronunciations in my head. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read probably about a chapter, and then we're gonna get to writing, and I'm gonna set a timer this time rather than just feeling it out and writing. As long as I want to write, which is normally what I do, I think what will work better for dictation is if I set a timer. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and read a chapter of this, and then we're gonna get into writing.
I woke up in a king-size bed, tick of the clock, a stranger to my left. The neighbors gave me a side eye, like I was blind. Oh yeah. 9 to 5 was my dad's advice. Don't think twice, I want the luxury life.
That's why the song is named that. So if y'all didn't know, I watched the 2015, 2016, whenever it came out, web series called Carmilla, which is a modern day like retelling of Carmilla and Laura. And tell me why the theme song is called Love Will Have Its Sacrifices. And I just read Carmilla's line of saying love will have its sacrifices. I love shit like this. The creators of that web series did such a magnificent job. Is the writing corny in the first season? Yes. Is it corny throughout the whole show? Just a little bit? Yes. But they did so fucking good. They cooked with that one. Like, genuinely, it holds up. I've been watched all 3 seasons recently. But, you know, I love how many references the Carmilla web series has to the original novella, by the way. Love it so much. Okay, we are now on the next chapter. I'm on page 65. This book is so good. I'm not dog-earing pages or like breaking the spine or anything, or at least I'm trying my best to remember not to. I do that to all my books, as you can probably tell by the fact that the spine is broken and there are dog-eared pages. Let's go ahead and get into writing. Set a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
Okay, it has begun. Let us begin.
I feel harmony whenever you talk to me. What you see, I see. Start to look real promising. That's right. Can't change the fact that I and you were synchronized. Let me take the lead. Just a little bit of you'll see. Yeah, one day I'm gonna be loved by you. One day gonna be hugged by you. Someday it's gonna make sense to you. One day, someday, Wednesday, I
Okay, I have about 5 minutes left on my timer. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here because I have to use the ladies' room. Okay, so we wrote for about an hour. And let's go ahead and get our word count. I don't feel like I wrote that much faster than I normally do, but then again, could be wrong. We'll see. 1,391 words. Do not get me wrong, is great, but I write about 1,000 words an hour as it is, so wasn't the massive difference I felt like it would be with writing using dictation. So I think so far my conclusion has come to it's quite the learning curve, and so that's definitely a part of it, I feel. But there also, I think, is a lack of speed that comes with the fact that I am editing as I go, because I hate seeing things spelt wrong, structured wrong, like the speech to text tool not hearing me properly, like that kind of stuff, or if I stutter. Hats off, like kudos to those, like Alyssa in the books, kudos to her for being able to write like 5,000 words that way in an hour, like certified yapper, period, as you should be. I don't think I can do that. Like I just don't think that my speech can keep up with my thoughts like that. I don't know. But then again, I have no clue the type of writing style Alyssa has when it comes to the depth of the scenes. Like she might give a lot more description than I do. She also has like an actual dictation software that picks up words easier and has a lot more voice commands than mine does. Like every time I go down a line, I just hit enter and then I have to restart it hearing me, where I'm pretty sure she like doesn't do that. I'm pretty sure she just like continually could just talk to it and tell it to do whatever. And I just don't know the voice commands for Google Docs, if there are that many. The only one I know is quote, period, end quote, basically, and like comma, exclamation point, question mark, all those kinds of things. But I have no clue how to do the more detailed, in-depth things, like down a line, you know, like that kind of stuff, like the more formatting things. So, and I don't want to have to go back and fix my formatting after the fact, even though I totally could. And honestly, that would give me a lot more words, I feel like, if I wrote like that. But I'm not as into the super messy, rough first drafts as some people are. I am a chronic editor as I go. So I'm gonna really quickly run into Barnes & Noble, use the restroom, and also purchase the physical version of Glad My Mom Died if they have it. And I'll probably look around for a second as well, because I mean, hey, when in Rome, when at a Barnes & Noble. I will say, just as a brief side note, I love the scene I just wrote. Like, I will say that I got really, really into it while writing. And I don't know if that's just because it was a very long writing session and I don't normally write for an hour straight. I normally write little spurts throughout the day, like 30 minutes max. But if that is a test to dictation getting me more into the scene, that might be the case. So just wanted to say that as well. Okay, we are back in the car, and I may have gotten a couple of books that I wasn't supposed to get, but had been wanting really badly. Also, I have a membership and I should use it. I also got a book light because that's something that I've been desperately needing. So I have a reading light now, so now I can read in bed, because I couldn't do that before without having the overhead light on, which is it's a lot. They did not have anywhere I could find Glad My Mom Died, sadly. I think I'm probably gonna have to go to a different bookstore for that. But I got
3 books that I have a sneaking suspicion are going to be my favorite books of 2025, genuinely. We got Song of Achilles. Need I say more? We have If We Were Villains. Need I say more? We have Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Need I say more? These are all like well-known and well-renowned picks. So that's why I was like, I kind of want to get them. They also had a buy one, get one, 50% off. So when I found, originally I was just going to get Mistborn, but it didn't have that sticker on it. But I was originally just going to get Mistborn. And then I remembered how I really wanted to get Song of Achilles. And so it had a buy one, get one, 50% off. And I am a sucker for good marketing. So I got If We Were Villains, which these, like, come on. I'm not going to regret buying these books. Let's be completely frank with ourselves here. First of all, it's going to be my first Brandon Sanderson. I listened to a bit of the audiobook and I'm going to like it. I can already tell. And I think my fiance would really like it too. So me picking up a physical copy was also kind of just be like, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You should read it. Because I want to get him back into reading really bad. Right now he reads mainly graphic novels and like comic books and manga, which are great. Do not get me wrong. I am a fan myself. But I want him to read the same books I read. Just occasionally, so we can talk about more books together. But yeah, no. And then these two, I've just heard so many good things about them that it's like, I really wanted to pick these up, and now I have. And so, yeah, my TBR, like my realistic TBR was getting smaller and smaller. So I'm like, well, what's a couple bucks? Treat myself. It's my birthday month, okay? It's my birthday month. So I'm going to treat myself. Also, we hit 20,000 words yesterday. Treat myself for that. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll be coming to this Barnes & Noble and I'll see my book on a shelf. That's what keeps me going in life. That's what keeps me going in life. But anyways, I'm going to go head back home and I'll have future Izzy wrap this up because I'm probably not going to write it anymore today. And yeah, let me know though if you guys have read any of these. You probably have if you're a reader, because I'm like so late to picking these up. And let me know what you thought of them if you have read them. But anyways, I'll see you guys later.
Hello. I forgot that past me didn't wrap up how I felt. So future me is now here to wrap up the vlog. I just didn't think I'd be filming today, hence the appearance. Hey, how's it going? I think dictation is a very fun way to kind of spice up writing and have a little bit more fun with it and get some extra words in occasionally. It is not as quick as it is with some people for me. And I think that just comes with the fact that I really do like writing like with a keyboard. And I'm a pretty fast writer typically with a keyboard. And so maybe if I was a slower writer, I would see a bigger difference. I don't know. As I said earlier, there is a learning curve. So maybe if I got used to dictation more, I would see a bigger difference and like it more. So if you guys want me to do like some sort of part 2 where I try it for longer, because I only tried it for 3 days here. So if you guys want me to try it for like 2 weeks or something like that, let me know and I can try doing that. I definitely don't think I'll be a full-time dictator. I don't think I'll be doing full-time dictation anytime soon, but I do think I will be applying it into my writing habits just for fun on top of regular writing when I want to get some extra words in and I don't feel like typing. So I will be doing it occasionally, but I just don't see myself becoming the type of writer to do it solely. Let me know what you guys want me to try in the comments down below. I'm going to be doing a fun little video where I try books that I DNF'd, giving them a second chance. So that's coming soon, so subscribe if that sounds interesting to you guys, if this is the first video you're watching from me. I just got monetized. Well, actually, I just applied for monetization, so fingers crossed I get monetized. But I should get accepted, hopefully, sometime within the next couple days. So that's really cool. Big milestone. This is my dream, to do full-time content creation and writing, so this kind of is my dream channel here. I've always done a little bit of YouTube here and there, and I've always written for fun, but this is my first time pursuing them both in tandem. So I'd appreciate your support if it's something you'd like to do. And also, another video I'm thinking of doing is trying Brandon Sanderson's writing routine. I've watched I believe her name is Christiane Jones. I believe that's her name, as well as I think there's other authortube people that I've done like writing routine videos. She's the first one that pops into my head though. I'm sure she's probably done a bunch of authors, and Brandon might be one of them. But I've been really like binge watching like Brandon Sanderson lectures recently for research on Project Helm. And so I am really in that mindset. So I'm thinking of maybe trying his writing schedule for like a week to see how it goes. So if that's also something you'd like to see, make sure to subscribe for that. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!